Okay, we're back with round 2 of the 3 versus 3 round out. Team battle against EX versus AE. Up next for EX is Monmo. And for AE, Absolute Empire, is Sandy.
I'll actually be able to say more this time around. Surprised she's using Jewel Knights of all things. Also, this is a piss poor matchup for Royal Paladins.
I think it has. I thought it was called. Oh, never mind. Liberators. Alright, so anyways.
Liberators with gold paladins. This is Royal Paladins.
You have too many paladins. Anyways, Monmo, Red's Big Make Slasher Buster.
Use Big Bang Slash Buster. He checked his top 5. He didn't get anything from the top 5. But he did get a heal trigger.
And then she just got a heal, so that's each of them have one heal out of deck.
Yeah, but his got actual use while Sandy's didn't do anything.
True.
Meanwhile, he's using it because it's a Jewel Knight card to use Sword and get another unit out. That's a limit remover, which means when Sandy rides, then she's instantly going to have access to limit break no matter what Monmo does next turn. Aside from that, she also used linking Jewel Knight Tilda, which when a grade 3 is placed onto the Vanguard circle, it can counter Blast 1 and call any Royal Paladin from the deck onto the field.
You sound like you're a master at this, Nova.
I'm very familiar with this deck.
And yes, if you people haven't figured out, I am your usual. You were finding it out. I am on DS as well.
Big Bang Knuckle Buster appeared on the field and the draw trigger came up, which means that Monmo has good hand advantage to deal with the limb break turn. Meanwhile, Ashley Reverse comes out, and through this, Sandy is going to have a full field, which negates the use and overall capabilities of Ashley Reverse's limit break outside, especially with the fact that she can't even retire a rear guard for it. She may still do it for simply the fact of deck thinning.
You know, I'm gonna have you in all my commentaries. Now, she calls out a Sherry from the deck.
Out of all of her options, that one is probably the single most basic she could have decided upon. Jewel Knights actually have a lot of options, especially on the grade 1 front. She could have called a unit that could have, when it's called, rested itself immediately and given 10,000 power to a unit. She could have immediately locked that unit and brought out a grade 3 in front of Sword Me, which would have still given her an 11k attack, while giving one of her sides 10,000 more power than it would have otherwise had.
He has enough to... He's Legion... Monmo is Legioning.
Which is actually very good, because with his Legion skill, he'll be able to counterblast 1, put a Big Bang unit into the soul. He chooses Big Bang Knuckle Dragon, which means it now has cross-ride defenses, and now it can attack 4 units with 1 attack.
It's a good call, given as a limit remover.
He chooses the limit remover, the 2 front row, and the Vanguard. That prevents limit break if that's allowed to be killed, and it also prevents intercepts. So Sandy is forced to take all of these attacks. However, the starter is going to be an issue later to come, just because she has to instantly put it to soul and give 3,000 power to any 2 units she so chooses. But it's hard to believe Sandy is going to use it for that, so it's safer not to
Sandy
just leave it
is
out
pretty
for now.
She's, from what I remember of her, seeing her battle and playing alongside her, she goes all out. She just...
Even if she goes all out, she doesn't have much to work with in the situation, because the Big Bang units all gain power from all of those units being sent to the drop zone at once. And thanks to 2 triggers on the damage checks, she's able to make it out of the final attack with just a 10k shield.
Now she legions. I mean, strides. Yeah.
She's going to bring out Godblade, because out of all the Legion options, Godblade is the best one she can have in the situation, unless she's prepared to drop her entire hand. Godblade's special ability is when it's on the field, when its attack hits, you can instantly call a grade 2 unit from your deck. The other two options would have been Samael, which could have instantly given Monmo a damage if Sandy had full field, which I didn't expect Sandy to give up as much hand as she did in order to get full field, but Stride has triple check, so why not? But it would be able to force off her damage before even its attack even went through, which would be good. The other unit is Saint Blow Dragon, which by flipping up a copy of itself has the ability to gain 3,000 for every rear guard on the field and gain a second critical as long as there are 2 or more rear guards. Problem with that is you have to already have at least one base up G unit before that. So you could say Gobblade was pretty much the precursor.
She's attacking Kimberless, which is pretty good. And so how does that work anyways? I never understood it.
Basically, if it's using an intercept, he's able to Soul Blast 1 Jewel Knight, and the intercept shield gains 10,000 more power.
So it becomes a 15k.
Exactly.
And here comes Saint Blow. Choose a this unit gains 3,000 for each of your cards until the end of turn. If the number of face-up cards you use on is 2 or more, and the number of rear cards you have to mind, this unit gains +1 credit until the rest of this turn. The end of this turn, and it cannot be, and the effects this cannot be used for the rest of the turn.
So for the sake of math, that means that if she flips up a copy of Saint Blow from her G-Zone, that unit will gain 15,000 power and an extra critical. Nearly unblockable unless you have a perfect guard.
And she does it. She's using the blow skill.
On the positive side for Monmo, he does have only 3 damage, so if he's absolutely forced to take this attack, he can survive at 5 damage. The negative side to this is that if Sandy were to critical, then it would more than likely end the game.
Right now, what is he going to do, Monmo? What would you... 46. He's no guides.
Has no choice.
Sandy's gonna heal.
That heal actually was the most beneficial thing.
And then she got a double heal.
The first heal was the most beneficial thing that could have happened to Monmo. The second one was just excessive.
That was just... And he got
because that heal trigger would not have worked if Sandy hadn't healed at all this turn. Which is why it was a benefit to him that it happened that way. And because of Cross Ride status, the 21,000 attack only needs a 5k shield.
Same blue. I mean, Bing Bang is gonna happen. Everett. Oh, that's what he did last turn. He was getting rid of the limit remover so she can't do the limit break, and then he was going to go for this guy. For the starter.
Well, the problem is that she doesn't care about limit break. You can tell by the way she's running the deck.
But I wanted to put in Ashley reverse. 21, 31, 5k more.
Ashley reverse has really good synergy with this deck if you were to choose to...
That's 41k grind.
Has really good synergy with this deck if you choose to actually use it for those skills. But Sandy is going out of her way to not do that unless absolutely necessary. Mostly because she'd rather finish it with Saint Blow Dragon if possible, just because that's the easier option.
But the thing is, she can only do with one more Saint Blow. And then after that...
If she uses it now, she's in the exact same situation as last turn. The only difference is she probably won't heal trigger. Which also means he probably won't heal trigger in the same way he did before. And she's going to do the Saint Blow. As I said before, the only thing she could do are Saint Blow and Gobblade unless she decides to drop her entire hand for Samael. So she goes for Gobblade.
She's moving these up to the front. She called out Tracy and then moved up a Sherry.
It does not gain the extra 3,000 power because there are not three other Jewel Knights on the field.
What?
And she realized that she grabbed the wrong unit because she was going for Saint Blow.
Saint Blow hits the field. Monmo has 3 damage to Sandy's 4. And Sandy plays Kumbaline.
it rested itself and gave one Jewel Knight 10,000 power. Because St. Blood has the name of Ashley, it does have the conditions in order to get that name. And now, as a result, that Sherry is a 10,000 point attacker. That side can hit for 19, and now the Vanguard can hit for.
Who did he give the 10K? Who did she give the 10K to?
The Vanguard. Because it went from 26,000 to 36,000.
All right. Monmo couldn't go. Like you said, but this has the exact situation as last time. There's no guarding.
No triggers.
A 3.
Actually, if he can live through this turn, he probably just survived the match.
So she has. Was all those grade 3s?
2 out of 3 were grade 3.
And watch it gets a heal.
The third one was
he didn't even use. He didn't even use a copy. She didn't even do Saint Blow.
She didn't.
No, so.
She didn't flip up a copy.
That mistake cost her. That mistake cost her the game.
She just lost the match because that happened.
Even I'm in. Okay. I would have done Saint Blow skill. Of course, I'm one to talk. I forget stuff all the time.
And now it's a 22k Legion column.
The one mistake. Ooh, she had a perfect guard. Touche.
Critical.
He gets a critical.
Now, if I was Monmo, I'd attack a rear right now.
He is. He's attacking the Interceptor.
Now, if that unit does die, Arc will gain 3,000 power.
I think that's what he's going for.
No, he's going for getting rid of the Intercept because he knows that there's
I know, I'm talking about, I think that's what he's going for the Interceptor because the Arc.
No, he's going for the Arc because he knows there's at least one more grade 3 in her hand.
True.
Which means that without the Interceptor, it's very likely that she can't guard unless she has a trigger in hand. Which she probably doesn't after last turn.
So.
Yep. So Arc gains 3,000 power. It's going to be hitting for 27, which means that Sandy, and it has 2 criticals, so Sandy cannot guard.
That mistake just cost. And sadly, yes, she can use Saint Blow again next turn. She only has 1 copy left.
Well, even without that mistake, Monmo was going to live. So It didn't actually change much.
And Monmo wins this round. That is it for round 2. Thank you for watching, and we'll see